Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Thank you for taking some time out of your day and spending it with me. I have a question for you. When you hear the words Valentine's Day, how do you feel? Not what do you post, but how do you actually feel? And if purpose could speak to you today, would it say, come closer? Or would it say, you've been distant from me? I want you to grab your journal because I'd like you to take and write down this sentence and take some time to complete it. So the sentence is, today I want to feel loved in my life by. And I want you to take the next couple of minutes to finish that sentence honestly. Let it be real. Let it be yours.
Welcome to EmpowerFuse with your host, Dr. Carolyn M. Rubin. EmpowerFuse is a show of empowering messages with a focus on encouraging self-confidence, resilience, and a positive mindset. Certified life coach and six-phase meditation trainer, Dr. Carolyn Rubin, will unleash inspiration together while igniting motivation and creativity. Dr. Rubin will discuss many topics such as healthcare, leadership, life, growth, and we'll add in some laughter too. So please welcome the host of EmpowerFuse, Dr. Carolyn Rubin.
Welcome to EmpowerFuse, Unleashing Inspiration Together. I'm Dr. Carolyn Rubin, and this is a place where we ignite what's inside and we amplify what's possible. Here's how today's show is going to flow. We're going to do some reflection. And then we're going to do some journaling, some training, and then back to reflection on purpose. I'll guide you step by step, and you can pause at any time. If you're watching the replay, the beauty. You can hit pause in order to just keep going. And it's not about getting it perfect. It's just about getting honest. Today is a Valentine's special. And it's not centered on flowers, pressure, or expectations. Today is about something far more powerful. Today is about purpose as a way of loving your life. Because when you live without purpose, you just feel lost. You feel disconnected. You can be surrounded by people and still feel very distant from yourself. But when you live with purpose, even ordinary days feel meaningful because you know what you're here for. So as we begin, I want you to remember this. I want you to actually journal this. Devotion is love with direction, and purpose is love in motion. When purpose is missing, we don't just feel unmotivated, we feel that we're negotiating with ourselves. We settle. We're numb. We're overworked, and yet we think this is normal. But when purpose is present, we feel anchored, even in a hard season. That's what we're building today. A return to what matters. I want you to put one hand on your heart. And I want you to breathe in slowly and exhale slowly. And then I want you to whisper this: I am here, I am listening, and I am willing. Breathe in, exhale. I am here, I am listening, and I am willing. Now, let's tell the truth. Purpose is not a perfect plan. Purpose is not constant motivation, and purpose is not a title. Purpose is the truest direction in you. Purpose is a part of you that knows what matters, even if life is so loud. And purpose is devotion. And devotion is love with direction. So let me offer a reflection, something to think about. What if the emptiness you felt isn't because you lack love, but because you've been living far from your meaning? And then I want you to write this down. Purpose is not pressure. Purpose is connection. And that is what I want you to think about and reflect on while we take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
What if there were a super tiny device that could diagnose the brain and is smaller than a single human hair? What if you could see inside the brain to help an epilepsy patient during surgery or to help the fight against Parkinson's disease? Dr. Patricia Broderick is proud to announce the Broderick Probe, a biomedical and electronic breakthrough. Imagine a probe to help with the understanding and potential cure of brain-related diseases. To learn more, listen live to the Easy Sense radio show with host Dr. Broderick. And to help support the Broderick Foundation, please go to EasySense.com and learn how, with your help, we can fight these horrific brain disorders. That's EasySense.com to learn more and help support the Broderick Foundation. Author, radio show host, and coach John M. Hawkins reveals strategies to help gain perspective, build confidence, find clarity, achieve goals. John M. Hawkins' new book, Coached to Greatness, Unlock Your Full Potential with Limitless Growth, published by iUniverse. Hawkins reveals strategies to help readers accomplish more. He believes the book can coach them to greatness. Hawkins says that the best athletes get to the top of their sport with the help of coaches, mentors, and others. He shares guidance that helps readers reflect on what motivates them, rediscover and assess their core values, philosophies, and competencies, find settings that allow them to be the most productive, and track their progress towards accomplishing goals.
Welcome back to EmpowerFuse. And again, happy Valentine's Day. Right now, we're going to write a love letter, not to a person. We're going to write a love letter to your purpose. So grab your journal, because I want you to put at the top of the page, Dear Purpose. And then you're going to complete the following prompts in full sentences. First prompt, I miss you when. Dear Purpose, I miss you when. The next prompt, I feel closest to you when. Dear Purpose, I feel closest to you when. And then the next prompt, I've been ignoring you because. Dear Purpose, I've been ignoring you because. Next one, if I trusted you again, I would. If I trusted you again, I would. And the last prompt, one promise I'm ready to make is. So our love letter to our purpose. Dear purpose, I miss you when I feel closest to you when I've been ignoring you because if I trusted you again, I would. And one promise I'm ready to make is. And I want you to put those into complete sentences because, again, this is a love letter to your purpose. Then what I want you to do is to come back and underline one sentence that felt like truth, not performance. If you want to shape your story, your letter, be honest, be intentional. And if you'd like to share one word about the sentence that you underlined, type it in the comments. And here's 3 things just to understand that might mean you are off purpose. And Valentine's Day, I don't know, tends to kind of reveal some of those. See, the first sign might be that you're chasing approval instead of alignment. Think about that for a moment. How many days, how many times are you chasing approvals versus aligning with your purpose? You start shaping yourself for acceptance instead of living from truth. And the second sign is that you're giving love away faster than you receive it. If you reflect on that statement for just a moment, you're giving love away faster than you receive it. Are you pouring it out? You're showing up to everything. You're being strong. You're helpful. You're reliable. But you're not allowing love to land in you. You're pouring it out, but are you taking time to receive? And the third sign is that you feel busy, but not filled. Your calendar's full. If we all look at our calendar today for the next week or this last week, how many of you have any block of time to yourself? Your calendar is packed, but your life feels thin. Your days are productive, but your spirit feels untouched. Purpose doesn't remove hardship, but it does remove confusion. Purpose helps you to stop negotiating with what you already know. Too many times, too many moments, not enough for us. So I want you to take a moment, breathe in, exhale. I want you to say, I return to what matters. I release what performs. One more time. Breathe in, breathe out. I return to what matters. I release what performs. And I want you to write this in your journal. The approval I'm ready to stop chasing is. Take a moment, fill in that blank. The approval I'm ready to stop chasing is. It might be a person, it might be a project, it might be something that's going on at work or in your life. But where are you ready to stop chasing approval? I want to share a little personal story of my own. There was a season in my life. I was leading, I was producing, I was carrying responsibility. On paper, it looked great. Man, we were just moving. We were meeting targets, we were meeting goals. It looked like achievement, it looked like success. But I felt so emotionally distant from my own life during this period of time. I was getting things done, but I wasn't present in what I was building. I was accomplishing, but I wasn't aligned with anything that was going on. And I started noticing little things. The tone in my voice was different. I noticed how quickly I was turning things around. I was going from one task to the next. And I wasn't slowing down, and I barely noticed and rarely celebrated anything that we accomplished. I was just moving through the motions. I noticed that I cared deeply about others, yet still felt very disconnected from everyone. I wasn't living my purpose. I was in a role. And that moment brought something into focus for me. It wasn't dramatic, but it was honest. I realized I was doing life, but I wasn't living it. I was just there. I was going through the motions, but I wasn't living my purpose. So I had to step back and ask myself, what could I do different? And what is this costing me? The answer was clear. It was costing me presence. I wasn't present at home. I wasn't present with my family, with my friends. I wasn't present for me. It was costing me joy. It was costing me intimacy, and it was costing me my own meaning. I wasn't living my life. I was living a corporate world. So I made a decision. I decided that I was choosing purpose again, not as a goal, but as a way of living. I decided I was going to come back to what mattered most to me, even if that meant changing my pace, even if it meant changing my boundaries, even if it meant changing my choices. And here's what I want you to remember. Here's what I want you to write down. I didn't need a new life. I needed a truer one. Phrase it a little different. I don't need a new life. I need a truer one. If you feel the way that I was feeling, step back and reflect. It's time to live your purpose. Now, I want you to write this statement down, and I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to complete it. The moment I knew I was disconnected was when. So write this in your journal. The moment I knew I was disconnected was when. And then follow it up with the life I want to return to is. The life I want to return to is. I'm going to give you a minute to complete that sentence. The moment I knew I was disconnected was when, and the life I want to return to is. Getting it completed. We're going to take a minute, slow things down. Take a deep breath in and exhale. And exhale. Now, let's bring purpose into love. This includes romantic relationships, friendships, family, and yes, leadership. See, purpose changes the kind of love you accept. Purpose changes what you tolerate. And purpose changes what you pursue. Because when you're aligned, you stop begging for what you already carry. When you're aligned, you stop begging for what you already carry. Purpose changes the kind of love you accept. So here's 3 questions for you. Do I want love, or do I want to be seen? Think about that for a moment. Do I want love, or do I want to be seen? Next question. Do I want connection, or do I want control? Do I want connection, or do I want control? Do I want partnership, or do I want proof that I'm enough? Do I want partnership, or do I want proof that I'm enough? These questions aren't meant to shame you, they're meant to free you. So think about them. A positive mindset. Do I want love, or do I want to be seen? Do I want connection, or do I want control? And do I want a partnership, or do I want proof that I'm enough? And then I want you to write this in your journal. I have been asking love to prove blank, but what I really need is blank. I want you to finish that sentence. I have been asking love to prove, but what I really need is. What I've been asking love to prove, but what I really. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
What if there were a super tiny device that could diagnose the brain and is smaller than a single human hair? What if you could see inside the brain to help an epilepsy patient during surgery or to help the fight against Parkinson's disease? Dr. Patricia Broderick is proud to announce the Broderick Probe, a biomedical and electronic breakthrough. Imagine a probe to help with the understanding and potential cure of brain-related diseases. To learn more, listen live to the Easy Sense radio show with host Dr. Broderick. And to help support the Broderick Foundation, please go to EasySense.com and learn how, with your help, we can fight these horrific brain disorders. That's EasySense.com to learn more and help support the Broderick Foundation. Did you know that your beliefs create your entire reality, but it's the subconscious beliefs that do most of the creating? Belief shifter and life coach Shiraz can help you identify those limiting beliefs and eliminate them, often in a single session.
Like it was almost instant, like I had relief right away.
Creating better health, relationships, careers, and finances. Let Shiraz help you step out of safety and into awareness.
Definitely something's happening. It's like a flow inside. Yeah, it feels good.
Whether in person or online, Shiraz provides personal coaching, belief shifting. Visit Shiraz at energeticmagic.com or call 416-529-7429. Energetic Magic. Find your greater happiness. Be well. Be aware. Be magical.
Welcome back to EmpowerFuse, Unleashing Inspiration Together. We're going to take a few minutes and do a little exercise for the love and purpose alignment check. So grab your journal. And I want you to open it up to a fresh page, and I want you to draw a column. Just draw a line straight down the middle. On one side, I want you to put love that drains me. And on the second column, I want you to say love that builds me. And here's what I want you to do. In complete sentences, I want you to write what is true for you. So I feel drained when love requires. Complete that statement. I feel drained when love requires. And in the next column, I feel built when love includes. I feel built when love includes. Take a moment, complete those sentences. Then in the first column, I want you to write, I abandon myself when. I abandon myself when. And in the second column, I want you to write, I stay aligned when. Take a moment, complete those sentences. I abandon myself when. I stay aligned when. And if there are others, please go ahead and put them in the columns. But what I want you to do is to circle one pattern that you're ready to break. One sentence. And underneath that sentence, I want you to write, this week, I will interrupt this pattern by, and write it out. How are you going to interrupt the pattern? So identify it and then say, this week, I will interrupt this pattern by. What does that look like for you? See, purpose is not a one-time discovery. It's a daily choice. There are 3 daily practices that you can use this week. Let's talk about the first one. It's called One True Thing. Each morning, I want you to ask yourself, what matters most today? Rephrase, what really matters most today? I want you to choose that one thing, and you have to protect it all day long. So you're going to start out the day, what really matters to me? Choose one thing and protect it throughout the day. That's the first one. The second one, it's called Loving Boundary. So you're going to ask yourself, what would I say yes to if I loved my life more? What would I say yes to if I loved my life more? Then I want you to ask yourself, what would I say no to if I loved my life more? No guilt. Just let love guide your boundaries. What would I say yes to if I loved my life more? And what would I say no to if I loved more? No boundaries, no guilt, just love. Let it guide you. The third one is called devotion, decision. And I want you to ask yourself, what is one action today that proves I'm living my meaning? What is one action today that proves I am living my meaning? And then do that action. It might be small, it might be large, but do it, even if you do it quietly. What is one action today that proves I'm living my meaning? And do the one action. Let's slow it down just for a moment. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to picture your life as a home. Close your eyes. Picture your life as a home. Where have you stopped entering rooms that matter? Where have you stopped entering rooms that matter? Now, I want you to breathe in slowly. Exhale. I want you to choose one of those rooms. And I want you to return to that room. You're picturing your life as a home. What rooms have you stopped entering that matter? Take a deep breath. Choose one of the rooms and walk in. Now, I want you to go back to your journal. And I want you to complete this statement. The room I'm returning to is blank. And my first step is blank. So I want you to complete that sentence. The room I'm returning to is, and the first step is. Take a minute and complete that sentence. Now, I want you to say this slowly with me, and you can say it out loud, or you can whisper it. This Valentine's Day, I am not waiting to be chosen. This Valentine's Day, I am not waiting to be chosen. And I want you to close your eyes again. And I want you to picture yourself 1 year from today. Close your eyes. Picture yourself 1 year from today. And please be sure that you are safe to do this. If you are driving, please do not close your eyes. Where are you a year from now? Not with more applause, just more peace. And now, what's different about you when you wake up? So, who are you a year from now? And what's different about you when you wake up? When you speak? When you choose? What is different? And then I want you to ask yourself, What did I stop tolerating? What did I stop tolerating? And what did I finally start honoring? Take your life back. What did I stop tolerating? What did I start honoring? Now I want you to take a deep breath. I want you to think about this sentence. I am ready to honor blank. Write that in your journal. I am ready to honor and complete that statement. What does it look like for you? I am choosing my own life. I am choosing my values. I am choosing my peace. I am choosing my purpose. So I want you to also write down this sentence, and I want you to answer it 10 different times in 10 different ways. So let's start back. First, I asked you, I am ready to honor, and I wanted you to fill in that blank. For me, I am choosing my life. I am choosing my values. I am choosing my peace. I am choosing my purpose. Now, I want you to write this sentence down. If I truly choose my life, I would. And you're going to answer that question 10 different times, 10 different answers. Don't overthink it, just let it come. If I truly choose my life, I would. And fill in that statement. Then I want you to circle the one that scares you, because that is real. You're going to answer that question 10 times. If I truly choose my life, I would. And which one of those 10 scare you? Because that's real. See, purpose is not only what you do, purpose is who you become. Purpose is how you love. Purpose is how you lead. It's how you show up when nobody is clapping. Purpose is not only what you do, it's who you. Legacy is not later. Legacy is now. Your legacy is your next decision. So if you could live the life you choose, what would you do? What would you do differently? What would a year from now look like? Purpose is not only what you do, it's who you become, it's how you love, it's how you lead, it's how you show up when nobody is clapping. So if you've felt behind, distracted, disconnected, or unsure, I want you to know this. You can come back. You can return. And you can begin again. Think through that. Write through your 10 sentences. And we're going to take a quick commercial break and we will be right back.
Are you struggling to care for elderly parents or a spouse? Do you wonder if being a caregiver is making you sick? Are you worried about taking time off work to care for elderly parents and balance work, life, and caregiving? Has caregiving become exhausting and emotionally draining? Are you an aging adult who wants to remain independent but you're not sure how? I'm Pamela D. Wilson. Join me for the Caring Generation radio show for caregivers and aging adults, Wednesday evenings, 6 Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, and 9 Eastern, where I answer these questions and share tips for managing stress, family relationships, health, well-being, and more. Podcasts and transcripts of the Caring Generation are on my website, PamelaDWilson.com, plus my caregiving library, online caregiver support programs, and programs for corporations interested in supporting working caregivers. Help, hope, and support for caregivers is here on the Caring Generation and PamelaDWilson.com.
Mike Zorek, a 3-time California state champion in Greco-Roman wrestling at 114 pounds. Mike, blind since birth, was born in Hartford, Connecticut. He was a 6-time national placer, including 2 seconds, 2 thirds, and 2 fourths. He also won the Veterans Folk-Style Wrestling twice at 152 pounds. In all these tournaments, he was the only blind competitor. Nancy Zorek, a creative spirit whose talents have taken her to the stage and into galleries and exhibitions in several states. Her father, a commercial artist who shared his instruments with his daughter and helped her fine-tune her natural abilities, influenced her decision to follow in his footsteps. Ms. Zorek has enjoyed a fruitful career doing what she loves. Listen Saturday mornings at 12 Eastern for the Nancy and Mike Show for heartwarming stories and interesting talk.
Welcome back to EmpowerFuse, Unleashing Inspiration Together. Here is this week's assignment. I want you to schedule, not just think about it. I want you to book it on your calendar and schedule a 30-minute date for your purpose. Good time. 30 minutes. And you'll do it without your phone. You'll do it with your journal open. And you're going to ask 3 questions. So 30 minutes, book it on your calendar, uninterrupted time, no phone, just your journal. And here's the 3 questions that I want you to ask. What are you trying to teach me right now? What are you trying to teach me right now? Let's re-engage with our purpose. Let's understand what purpose is trying to teach us right now. So write that in your journal. Second question, what have I been settling for? And where have I been settling? What have I been settling for and where have I been settling? It's the next question. And the last question, what is one courageous action you want from me this week? What is one courageous action you want from me this week? And you're going to complete that in 48 hours. 30 minutes. Individual time with your purpose. No phones, just your journal and those 3 questions. And if it's a little tough, sometimes it is, to just try to figure out, how am I actually going to have this conversation? Here's a template. Here's what I want you to write in your journal. Purpose. I've been listening. And I think you're teaching me blank. Purpose. I'm listening. And I think you're teaching me blank. I've been settling in blank. And the courageous action that I'm willing to take is blank. The courageous action you want from me this week that I am willing to take is blank. And then I want you to write down a date and a time when you're going to make that happen. One more time. What are you trying to teach me right now? Where have I been settling? And what is one courageous action you want from me this week? And I'm going to do it in 48 hours. Let's realign with our purpose. Let's capture our lives back. Thank you for being here with me today. I love seeing you every Saturday. And if this meeting spoke to you, please comment one word: purpose. Purpose is what you are. It's who you are. It's how you love. It's how you live. If you want more experiences like this, please like, share, and subscribe to EmpowerFuse. And next week, we are going to take purpose one step further, because purpose will stop being a beautiful idea and become a very lived decision. Happy Valentine's Day. And may you love your life on purpose. Stay blessed. And until next weekend, enjoy this fabulous weekend with your family, friends, and loved ones. And live your life on purpose and love your life. God bless. Bye-bye.
This has been EmpowerFuse with your host, Dr. Carolyn M. Rubin. Join us each week as Carolyn brings individuals together to share ideas, to collectively support each other, and to spark inspiration. Saturdays, 11 a.m. Eastern.